Yo, everybody, it's Erie. So let's get to it. What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week and Dr. Roto. If you haven't been over to the site, get over to the site right now. Use code word DOC and get a percentage off of your subscription. Just because football's almost done doesn't mean that we have other sports. The college guys have been smashing it all year. Mike's been constantly putting up green screens because that's his green screen mafia, the green screen train. Woo-hoo. You know how they do it there with the one and done? Yeah, right? At the same time, we also have Danger putting together a huge PGA Tour contest in the Discord. He's got, I think it's a $150 buy-in, and he highlights all of the major events. Some of the events actually have like double or triple points. I look at it. I'm not a golf guy though, so I don't do any of that. But if you do, we have so much more than just football going on. And of course, all of the baseball articles are coming in. So Lou and the guys, Cam is doing a lot of off-season work. And of course, you got Trevor coming back, doing his thing right now. It's so many great things going on at Dr. Roto. In the NBA, we got bets hitting as constantly. We got right now, Fantasy Clown is making sure that there is bets in both the NHL, NBA, actually college channel, and the NFL channels. He's been kind of throwing in with me and Lou and all the other guys. And so now you're getting a plethora of bets and DFS lineups in the Discord only channel, the subs only. And at the same time, you're getting all the articles. How can you lose? But I know that we're here. This is the divisional round wrap up. So let's get to it. Of course, like I said, I went 2-2 last week with the Rams and the Lions losing. Unfortunately, I thought they both could get there. That's not what happened. The Rams were close. I'm just sad that I will not be able to see my team for the rest of the year. But hey, I hang my hat high. They did a lot better than a lot of people did. A lot of people didn't even have us winning the division. And I didn't think we might win the division either. But I did think we were going to make the playoffs as a wild card, maybe 7th seed or whatnot. We won the division. So that was a big step for us. Of course, with Stafford getting up there, his future looking bleak. He might retire, and the Rams really don't have any other options with Garoppolo being a free agent this year, and Stetson Bennett really getting no work. I mean, he's been really weird. It's been like he's on the team, off the team, kind of away on it. It's not even worth to talk about right now. We'll have all that covered. But let's just start it off with the first game of the week. Chiefs beat the Texans 23-14 in what they call was Rethamania or Phalegamania. Wow, guys. I mean, I have a whole podcast that you can go find on my Bring the Pain Facebook or my Bring the Pain Spreaker page, Spotify, Iheart. I am everywhere podcasts are on top of that. Just put Bring the Pain in, and you're going to get Method Man, Chris Rock, or you'll get me. That's all you're going to get. That's how we do it, right? Bring the pain. Ooh, yeah. He was coming sooner or later. So I held off. So we get back to it. So, again, a lot of my thoughts were, first call was kind of borderline. The way Mahomes almost flopped and almost drew that flag and that dead silence, like I got a sick feeling in my gut. And if I'm watching your product, NFL, and I'm getting a sick feeling when Mahomes gets that little light push and he flops on the ground and you see that, I think it's time to start fining people. They fine soccer players. They fine NBA players now. That's what needs to be happening. And if they flop, give them one ejection point too, or whatever. Give them a fair warning. And the next time they're out, you can't have that. You're gonna hurt the product of the game. Me for a defender, crack the shit out of him. But at the same time, they're trying not to. He held up, and then you seen how Mahomes kind of did what he did. But on that second play, Mahomes is clearly a runner, and Troy Aikman's broadcast, definitely, you can hear him. He was disgusted. Disgusted. If you have an NFL Hall of Famer like that, Super Bowl champion quarterback like that, saying that, he knows that that's a rim job, NFL, and you need to stop. So you need to clean that up, or you need this reffing crew should not be reffing next week or in the Super Bowl if the Chiefs make it. I don't think they're making it. So let's get to it. So we'll move to the Commanders stun the Lions. Literally, there was that moment where the Lions were just taking the game over, moving the ball at will, and they did the whole game. And then the Commanders kind of just ran past them real fast. And then the Lions started doing screwy stuff like that triple reverse with Williams throwing the ball. You guys had Jared Goff was like, look, guys, I keep turning the ball over. Can we have somebody else turn the ball over? Jared, is that what you did? But now you're kind of seeing why the Rams and McVay moved on from Goff. He's a great quarterback, great system quarterback, gets the job done. He can beat the rush. He proved the last 2 years, Goff has proved it. The defense was a little shamble. It wasn't shambles, though, with, losing Aiden Hutchinson and the other key factors that they've lost. But just Aiden Hutchinson, that heart of that defense, you're not going to score 45 points on that team like that when Hutchinson's out there rushing the passer. It's not happening. But what we saw was a star was born. We saw Jaden Daniels take that next step and keep that smile on his face, because right now he's loving this game. Right now he's having a great time until he has to play the Eagles again. So we'll get to that. The Eagles barely escaped the Rams in a snowstorm. Man, all I got to say is the game was close. The Rams could have won that. The false start really killed us. It was 3rd and 2, and then of course the sack happens, and then we're chucking balls and we're losing. Look, the fact is, when that snow kicked up, the Rams started fumbling snaps. The Rams started fumbling hand exchanges. Williams was fumbling. It was a disaster. And it took them all the way until that end of that fourth quarter, middle of the fourth quarter, before they kind of got their heads out of their ass and finally played some football. That really did let Philly off the hook. Because at that point, Philly looked like they were just going to go away after that Saquon Barkley's second touchdown. It was like, oh, there he goes. Bam. Rams done. Nope. Drove right down the field super duper fast and scored. So that again shows how powerful this Rams offense is. So going forward, yes, I wouldn't mind Stafford to come back, but we definitely need to start planning for the future. Because if we're not planning for the future, we're going to end up like teams like Miami. We're going to end up like teams like that, where we just don't have that backup quarterback. And once the starter goes down, there's no option, and we're just taking losses. This is 2025. Your team has to have a viable backup. And Miami should address that this year. But if they don't, it shows again why the great teams stay great and the bad teams stay bad. Speaking of great teams that stay great, Bills beat the Ravens 27-25 on a dropped 2-point conversion by Mark Andrews. Now, the Bills had been controlling the Ravens for the most part in that game. And this was one of the rare times, other than like when the Ravens came out and got the game close with that after halftime, they stopped the Bills and then went right down with King Henry and scored that touchdown, put him at 17 points. When they did that, that showed that they can move it. They did that again at the end of this game. So they had that thought, they had that process. They did have the killer instinct. And people are already like, well, look at Lamar Jackson. He's got a losing record in the playoffs, and he doesn't throw many touchdowns, and he throws interceptions and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? The last thing I remember of Lamar Jackson doing is driving his team down the field, scoring a touchdown, and throwing the pass to his star tight end who dropped it. That's all, man. It happens. It's what happened to the Rams, except the Rams dropped way, way, way too much. I mean, the whole when they came right out and first down, we got Higbee, I think it was, dropped his pass. Yep, he was wide open in the middle of the field. And then Puka dropped his pass, and he was wide open for the first down. It just, again, they draw passes. It's cold. The weather does take effect, but that Bills game was kind of clean. So that's on Andrews. Things happen, and that is why they play the games. But unfortunately, the Bills now have proved again that they could, because the Ravens really did have the beginning of this game. They had a lot of momentum, but then Josh Allen kind of just took over and showed that, hey, you're not going to come into my stadium and do this shit. So he definitely showed why he should be the NFL's MVP and was a future bet on my article earlier last year. Yeah. Woo. All right. Let's get to my picks. So again, I'm at 6-4 with my with my losses being the Rams, Buccaneers, Lions, and Steelers. Whatever. Things happen. So we're going to start with the Commanders at the Eagles. My prediction is the Eagles win 34-27. Philly's just a hard-nosed team. They were my pick to go to the Super Bowl once these playoffs started. I didn't think Detroit would be able to really match up with this Philly team. Again, with the Rams and the way Philly has been playing. And Green Bay and the Rams defenses really was a big challenge for the Eagles. And a lot of people are forgetting the Eagles can put up a lot of points. And Saquon Barkley's practically doing it himself. He's unstoppable right now. This is why this Eagles team has a chance to win the Super Bowl. I am a huge Saquon Barkley fan, being a Penn State alum. We are Penn State, of course. That's my team. So I followed Barkley all his years, and of course the bad years with the Giants. But now he's got a team that he flourishes with, and they are flourishing, and they are giving him the ball. They kept him fresh, man. That's why he didn't care about beating Eric Dickerson's record. That game, he got to get that game off, and he feels good. And now he's running like a madman down the field, and we're having good fun watching it and making money off the bets. And again, it didn't even matter what was going on with the rest of the offense. That's all they needed. And Philly is definitely going to hold and defend home field and win this game and go to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, there's nothing else, man. That team is strong all around. And that pass rush, to actually take that pass rush and defense and beating that Jalen Hurts took yesterday from the Rams D-line and to give it back to Stafford the same way with Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. Oh, man. The Redskins have a good team, but Philly's geared, man. Philly's going to the Super Bowl. All right. Bills at Chiefs. Bills win 27-23. Yes, finally, Josh Allen destroys and beats Patrick Mahomes twice in one season and punches his ticket to go to the Super Bowl against the Eagles. The Bills and the Eagles will be in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, unfortunately, will be able to rebuild their skills positions, but is Travis Kelce going to come back? If he does come back, I still like what I see with Noah Gray, and I think that you can definitely get a serviceable tight end. Maybe you can trade for Mayer in with the Las Vegas Raiders, because right now with Brock Bowers there, they don't really need Mayer, but Mayer got a lot of work at the end of that season when both of them were healthy. So having two tight ends that were really good like that, and the best tight end of both drafts practically, well, of course, Bowers after his record-setting year, it's just one of those things that just goes together. But maybe that's what the Chiefs need to do and move on. But if Kelsey's back, that's fine. You're going to have Rashee Rice. He's back. He's fine. You got Worthy. He's back. But they really need to address this running back position. I really like the way that they used Pacheco last year, and the way that he's getting used this year is completely he's not right. You can tell he's not right, and Kareem Hunt is kind of exhausted at this point because he was brought in mid-season, and he got a lot of run at that time. So, he's sore. So at this time right now with the Chiefs, they need a running game. And this Bills team, after putting up with Henry, can easily handle this Chiefs running game. So the Bills' strength is their secondary, and they're going to be able to help stop. I'm not going to say the Chiefs. I said 27-23. You could see the Bills hang out on them. The Bills have been the dominant team in the playoffs the whole way. Yeah, you score on them first, but then they just go lights out after that once Josh Allen wakes up. So that's why I think this is finally the end of that Chiefs reign. There's going to be no three-peat in the Super Bowl, and that's going to leave us with the Bills versus the Eagles. Those are my picks. You can go get your money lines on those, or you could pick your own. I mean, at this point right now, there's not much to check. Also, I will be back Thursday for the Ultra Contrarian show. I will have my lineup plays. I won. Both of my lineups won this week. So it was a great week. So that moves up my overall rankings and everything like that for another great year. 2 great years tracking it, doing the best I can for all of you pain bringers and subscribers and people in the world. Oh, yeah. Have a great day, everybody. And always remember to bring the pain and not the flags. You shiesty Chiefs peoples. Oh, yeah.